And today we're going to be looking at conditions and what that can mean for your offer to purchase. With the market the way it is right now, we are seeing people come in with, with no conditions or waiving their conditions early, and we want to discuss the significance of that. So Marina, what does a condition of financing really mean?
So a condition of financing gives you that opportunity to ensure that you have all the documents in place, everything that you need to have for your approval is available and accessible. The big thing about a financing condition is it gives you that opportunity to actually see that property and have your lender and your insurer look at it. Because of the way the landscape has changed a lot in mortgage financing recently, when you go insured, so that means you pay that insurance premium, you put less than 20% down. Your insurer can dictate whether or not that property is valued correctly and if that property is functional or if something has happened in that property that you're not aware of.
There are a lot of things, outside of someone's control that could affect their purchase as well when it comes to conditions.
Yeah, so when we ask you to put in a condition of financing, it's not because we don't trust you as a person or your job or your credit or anything along those lines. It can often be because the property type you're going to purchase is going to limit the lenders you can look at or whether or not you can actually get that insurance on it. A lot of times this comes down to things like well and septic that you weren't initially looking at, so we need to make sure that that is verified and true and accurate and that you can get a mortgage on that property.
And this would be another reason probably why we would, of course, encourage people to speak with someone about their financing before putting an offer in. Is that correct?
Absolutely. And another big thing that we're seeing right now is people going over asking. So properties are listed at a certain point and you go, $10, $15, $25,000 over asking. It's really important when you go over asking to put in that condition of financing, because if that property value comes back lower than what you purchased it for, which they do have the right to ask you for an appraisal on that property, you have to come up with the difference in that down payment. So if you only have 5% and you go over asking and you need to come up with an extra $10,000, it's going to be a huge problem for you and potentially could cost you that house and could cost you a lot of problems in your lawsuit and follow-up things along those lines.
So more so when you're referring to lawsuit, that can come down to if you've, of course, waived conditions on your offer to purchase and then you're unable to fulfill them. Correct.
So if you go in with a firm offer, and you're not actually able to fulfill the purchase of the house, your mortgage can't get settled, or something happens along those lines, you can get sued for that deposit payment. So it's really important to have that financing condition because it's not only protecting you, but it's also protecting that other homeowner to ensure that their house sale is actually going to go through.
Perfect. If you have any questions, of course, about putting in conditions in your offer or what your financing looks like, you know where to find us.